straying from the original Assassin's Creed formula and moving towards the RPG, a lot of people said that the franchise was going towards a downwards decline. So when Ubisoft announced that they were going back to the roots of Assassin's Creed, naturally, everyone, including me, got super excited. Set in 9th century Baghdad, Mirage follows the story of Basim, who is an important character in Valhalla. Basically, it's about how he went from being a street thief to becoming a hidden one under the guidance of his mentor Roshan. The story as a whole was extremely disappointing, and just when I thought that the story was finally picking up, the story actually ended. And honestly, the ending, in my opinion, was super rushed. And for me, Basim was also probably one of the most boring protagonists in the franchise. It's very important for me to connect to a character emotionally, and sadly, I just couldn't build that connection with him. Apart from Roshan, none of the other characters were memorable. I will say though, Baghdad is beautifully represented in the game, and I did really enjoy roaming around the streets of Baghdad, even though like the outskirts seemed very bland to me, but the city itself is very lively. The map is beautifully designed for parkour, and even though the parkour felt a little janky at times and stiff, it wasn't anything too bad. Almost every building is connected in one way or the other with the use of ropes and ledges that you can jump from. Getting around the city becomes very easy considering it's a small map, and I'm also so glad that they did not have like a million viewpoints. The NPCI is brain dead as usual, so stealth is actually super easy. The map has a lot of haystacks and gazebos like the OG games where you can hide. You can also easily crouch and hide in the vegetation nearby. Your hidden blade can assassinate everyone in one blow from the beginning, so you don't have to worry about upgrading your weapons or putting points towards just the skill tree. This time, they also introduced an ability called the Assassin's Focus. Basically, you can target multiple enemies and Basim will teleport towards them, killing them in a flash. A lot of people hated this mechanic, but again, it's optional. You decide the buttons you press, you don't have to use it if you don't like it. There is no such thing as leveling up in this game like the RPG variants, which I'm really happy about. However, there is a skill tree, but it's fairly simplistic and not overcomplicated at all, so it's nice. Mirage has the RPG combat, and I personally hated it. I found it to be terrible and janky as hell. The animations are pretty cool sometimes, but honestly, it's just better to stick to stealth. The bureaus make a return in Mirage, and instead of having your regular quests, you are given investigations. Basically, you hunt for clues and identify the members of the Order of the Ancient, and you go kill them. That's it. Every single quest is more or less the same, but in a different area. Not a single quest was memorable and got repetitive way too fast for me. Now, visually, the game was really pretty to look at. The graphics weren't exceptional, but they were decent. The facial animations could have used a little more work. The cinematics were absolutely amazing though, and probably my favorite thing in the game apart from being able to pet cats. The soundtrack was amazing, but then again, Assassin's Creed soundtrack never really disappoints. To conclude, yes, the nostalgia factor was there, and Ubisoft wanted to sell the nostalgia factor so bad that they actually added a color filter in the game to make it look like Assassin's Creed 1. To me, the game really lived up to its name. It was a mirage that disappeared and revealed itself to be another mid game by Ubisoft. It just lacked the soul that the original Assassin's Creed games have, and I wouldn't say don't play the game, definitely give it a chance, but I would personally suggest you wait for a sale to get it because it's not worth it at the full price. Again, this is not an in depth review, this is more of an overview of the game. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.